planet Mars has always held great fascination for us here on planet Earth. Well, 2021 was a historic year for Martian exploration. 3 missions were launched that year that either landed on Mars or in orbit around Mars, and they all had pioneering achievements. Well, on the 24th of April of 2022, the United Nations Postal Administration issued 6 new stamps to celebrate these human achievements on Mars. Let's take a look at each of these missions and the stamps associated with them. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, Mars 2020 mission landed on Mars on the 18th of February 2021. This mission included the Perseverance rover and the Ingenuity helicopter. Now, you may have seen news stories about the rover and how it's been lasting longer than NASA had originally anticipated, and how it's traversing the surface of Mars and gathering samples that eventually in future missions it will help send these samples back to Earth for analysis. The Ingenuity helicopter has also been a great success for NASA. It's been flying over the surface of Mars, taking short trips and helping to map out the terrain of Mars, and has a role to play in other future missions as well. The duration of this mission was expected to last at least 1 Mars year. That's about 687 Earth days. And since it's going so well, it's possible that the mission could be extended and last even longer. The objective of this mission was to seek signs of ancient microbial life and to collect samples of rocks and soil samples for the eventual return to Earth. Now, the United Nations Postal Administration issued 2 stamps for this NASA mission. The first, shown here on the screen, is the 58-cent stamp featuring the Proctor crater of Mars. And if you look online, sometimes you can see the maps of the various names of the craters that we've named so far on the planet Mars and find out exactly where it's located. This design was created by the UN Postal Administration Graphics Department with photographs that was provided by NASA. And I'll have a little bit more on that on the stamp design at the end of this video. Now, the second stamp was also one honoring the NASA mission, and that's the $1.30 stamp, and that features the Mars 2020 mission Perseverance rover. And that rover, again, you can see many news stories online, or you can look for NASA videos online and watch the rover in action. It's a fascinating little guy. The United Arab Emirates, the UAE, also launched a mission to Mars, and it called this its Hope probe. And the idea of this mission was to study the Martian atmosphere and to do climate studies of Mars. It successfully entered the Martian orbit on the 9th of February 2022. In HOPE's first year, the orbiter confirmed the existence of a discrete aurora, which is a highly localized atmospheric phenomena on the night side of the planet. And it took note of water-bearing clouds that grow and shrink daily. Now, the 2 stamps that were created with help from the photos provided by the United Arab Emirates and then the graphic design from the UN Postal Administration Department. The first one, the denomination of 110, features the planet Mars, a photograph that was taken by the HOPE probe itself while in orbit. And the second stamp, the 150 denomination, features the ready to launch photo, they call it, for the Mars mission of the United Arab Emirates. That's kind of their logo of this mission. I think these are both beautiful stamps. And again, you could get these as individual stamps from the UNPA. I'll put a link to that place where you can order these stamps at the end of the video or in the description as well. And you can get them on cover. I also have these on cover, and there are souvenir sheets as well. But the United Arab Emirates, a lot of news hasn't really covered that mission in the United States. But it is kind of an important mission for the climate studies. And I think the stamps are beautiful additions to a topical collection of space exploration or Mars exploration. The China Nation Space Administration, CNSA, launched its first Mars mission, the Tianwen-1, which consisted of an orbiter, 2 deployable cameras, a lander, a remote camera, and a rover called the Zhurong rover. The mission landed on the Martian surface on the 15th of May 2021. The objectives will be achieved by remote and in-place exploration. The investigations from orbit are going to focus on an integrated and comprehensive exploration of Mars for the purpose of establishing an overall scientific context of the red planet. The 2 stamps selected for the United Nations set again rely on photos from the in this case the CNSA, and then the Graphic Design Department of the United Nations Postal Administration. The first stamp shows the pre-selected landing area for the mission, and it's kind of a neat stamp. I think this is one of my favorite graphics of this set. It's kind of unique, and I think it's a very well done design too. It's a great addition to a collection. The second stamp features their rover as it is operating on Mars, and just like the NASA rover, its job is to explore the terrain of Mars and to collect samples. And probably, I'm not sure about this when they're going to do this, but eventually the plan is probably to send samples back to Earth somehow. I know the NASA mission to do that is a few years away, but it'll be great to see samples from this mission as well, from the CNSA, and to hopefully compare some data and some scientific studies from these different missions from these different countries. Since humankind is racing toward Mars and doing more exploration, and more countries are getting involved in the exploration of Mars, it's important that these countries work together to promote international cooperation and peaceful use for the exploration of space and planets like Mars, and to share information about the technology and science for economic and social development in the future. Well, since 1958, the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs works to promote these objectives. And I'll put a link here up on the screen to that, and you can look at their website and see what they're doing in their work and their effort to try and promote more international cooperation about space exploration, and currently especially with the planet Mars. Now, some credits for these stamps here. The stamp design, the stamp issues were designed by Sergio Baradat, a member of the United Nations Postal Authority graphics design team. And the images on the stamps were supplied by the United Arab Emirates Mars mission team, NASA, and the CNSA of China as well, with the support from the United Nations Office for Outer Space Affairs. These are kind of neat stamps. Again, you can look at the UN Postal Administration website for how to order these stamps. I think they'd make a great addition to a topical collection for outer space or space exploration, or just for the planet Mars and astronomy, something like that. Again, you can get these as individual stamps. You can get these on cover. You can get souvenir sheets as well. So Mars and Mars exploration and some of the missions, and the new stamps from the UNPA that celebrate with 6 new stamps celebrating the Mars missions from 3 different countries. Great stamps. I think the designs are beautiful. Check them out. And again, let me know which one of these stamps stands out to you, which one you like the best. If you intend to collect these stamps or other stamps related to the Mars missions, and if you follow the Mars exploration news closely or something from the various online sources from NASA or other sources, and enjoy collecting these stamps and hopefully adding them to your collection. So once again, thanks for watching the Eclectic Philatelist. My name is Joseph, and if you like this video, please give it a like, please subscribe to the channel, and happy collecting.